Have you ever wondered what truly happens when we reach the end of our life's journey? What lies beyond that final breath? For centuries, death has been one of humanity's greatest mysteries. While countless philosophies and religions have sought to explain it, the Buddhist perspective offers a particularly profound and detailed understanding. In Buddhism, death is not simply an end, but a gateway, a passage into the unknown and a step within an ongoing cycle. Through the Buddhist lens, we come to see that life and death are not separate but interconnected stages of a larger journey, one that encompasses birth, death, and rebirth. Yet, if this process is continual, how do we prepare? What role do our thoughts, actions, and emotions play in shaping the experiences beyond our final moments? Let us dive deeply into these questions and explore the Buddhist teachings that seek to demystify death, offering guidance, comfort, and purpose for our earthly journey. The mystery of death, a gateway to understanding the moment of death and the transition of the spirit from the body, are mysterious, elusive, and awe-inspiring. This singular event has captivated human curiosity, fear, and imagination for millennia. According to Buddhist teachings, however, death is neither an end nor an interruption. Rather, it is a significant and natural transition that propels the soul forward on its path. Buddhism teaches that understanding death begins with recognizing it not as a loss, but as a critical phase in a grander, cyclical process. This perspective, in which death is seen as both transformative and enlightening, challenges our common fears and misconceptions. Why then do we fear this transition so deeply? Might we be misunderstanding the purpose of life and death themselves? In the Buddhist view, death signifies the soul's release from its current physical form, allowing it to embark upon the next stage of its journey. This continuity brings a sense of purpose to each moment and a profound recognition that life's end is but another beginning. Could it be, then, that by embracing the inevitability of death, we might better appreciate life and approach each day with a heightened sense of mindfulness and gratitude? Buddhist perspective on death. The cyclical dance of samsara in Buddhism, the cycle of life and death, is known as samsara. Far from being linear, this journey is depicted as a continuous loop of birth, life, death, and rebirth. Each stage flows naturally into the next, governed by the universal law of karma. Samsara is neither punishment nor a mere series of lives. It represents an opportunity for growth, where each life is a chapter in the soul's journey toward enlightenment. While each new incarnation provides fresh experiences and challenges, it is also bound by the actions, thoughts, and intentions we cultivate in each life. Samsara highlights that life and death are interconnected stages of the same process, intertwined in a cycle of learning and spiritual evolution. By understanding samsara, we start to recognize that life's experiences are not isolated, but are part of a larger purpose. This realization prompts an important question. If our life today influences our journey beyond death, how might we live differently? What actions, choices, and attitudes would we cultivate to progress on this eternal journey towards spiritual liberation? The Bardo state. A mystical realm between lives in Buddhist teachings, the journey from one life to the next is marked by an intermediate state known as the Bardo. Unlike the common Western perception of a sudden afterlife destination, Buddhism suggests that after death, the spirit enters the Bardo, a transformative mystical space that bridges the end of one life and the beginning of the next. This state is highly significant, for it is believed to be a realm of potential enlightenment or further reincarnation, depending on the spirit's awareness and karma. Within the Bardo, the soul encounters profound truths, transformative visions, and sometimes even entities guiding it along its path. But what does it feel like to pass through this liminal space? Could it be that in the bardo, the soul is given a unique opportunity to review its journey, learn from its experiences, and reflect on its actions? In this state, our spiritual progress and karmic balance take on heightened importance as they shape what comes next. Buddhist monks emphasize that by understanding the bardo and the experiences it brings, one can better prepare for death itself, treating it not as an end, but as an opportunity for spiritual transformation. Clarity and confusion in transition. The power of the mind at the moment of death. The Buddhist tradition suggests that individuals may experience a profound sense of clarity or a bewildering disorientation. This contrast between clarity and confusion reflects the individual's mental state and karma accrued throughout life. Those who have cultivated mindfulness, compassion, and awareness may find the transition filled with peace, understanding, and acceptance. In contrast, a life led by fear, anger, and selfishness can make the process chaotic and overwhelming. This raises an important question. If our mental state at the moment of death can shape our transition, how should we be living our lives today? What practices, thoughts, and intentions can help us face our ultimate moment with calmness and wisdom? Buddhism teaches that clarity at death is not achieved by chance, but cultivated through a lifetime of mindfulness and spiritual discipline. The moment of transition can indeed be peaceful and liberating, but this requires intentional living. It compels us to ask ourselves each day, are we nurturing clarity within our own minds, or are we allowing confusion and negativity to cloud our inner vision? The role of karma. The law of cause and effect in the afterlife in Buddhism. Karma is not just a concept of reward or punishment. It is a guiding law of cause and effect that directly shapes the experiences of the soul, especially in the bardo. Our actions, intentions, and thoughts, both positive and negative, contribute to our karmic balance, which in turn influences our next existence. The experiences we encounter in the bardo are reflections of our karma, manifestations of the choices and behaviors we have cultivated. This understanding of karma invites us to examine our lives carefully. Are we planting seeds that will lead to peace, kindness, and spiritual growth, or are we sowing discord and resentment? How might our daily actions, no matter how small, echo into the realms beyond death? The power of karma lies in its ability to shape not just our current life, but also the bardo experiences and ultimately our next incarnation. Recognizing this, Buddhist practitioners strive to live mindfully, constantly aware of the energy they contribute to the universe. Spiritual visions and encounters. Reflections of karma in the bardo during the bardo state. The spirit may encounter visions and scenarios reflecting its karmic journey. These are not arbitrary images or illusions, but rather manifestations of the spirit's accumulated thoughts, emotions, and actions. For some, the bardo might be filled with serene landscapes and luminous beings, while for others, it may manifest as nightmarish visions representing unresolved fears and unaddressed karma. How do these visions arise, and what message do they carry? Buddhism teaches that these experiences are projections of the mind's deepest layers, both light and shadow. As the soul navigates the bardo, it is given a chance to confront these inner realities, learning from them and ideally releasing attachments and fears. The Buddhist path emphasizes that by cultivating peace, compassion, and self-awareness in life, the soul can foster a bardo experience filled with insight and clarity rather than fear and confusion. How might we start addressing our inner fears and unresolved emotions now to prepare for a more peaceful journey when the time comes? Guidance from spiritual figures. Helpers along the bardo path. In the bardo, spiritual guides may appear, aiding the soul in its journey. These guides are often projections of loved ones, spiritual figures, or even symbolic representations of wisdom and guidance. They are not merely external entities, but reflections of the spirit's own connection to its higher self. However, the nature of these guides depends on the individual's mental state. For those prepared and spiritually attuned, the guides are sources of support and direction. Yet for others, fear and resistance may cause these helpers to appear as threats or obstacles. Why does the soul experience guidance in this way? Buddhist teachings suggest that these guides remind the soul of its spiritual path and ultimate purpose. They serve as reminders of the wisdom and compassion it has cultivated, helping to steer it towards enlightenment or prepare it for reincarnation. The appearance of these figures highlights the importance of fostering strong spiritual connections in life. Who or what might serve as our guide beyond death? Are we nurturing the connections and wisdom within ourselves that will support us in that journey? The importance of inner peace, acceptance and liberation. Inner peace is an essential aspect of navigating the bardo with grace and understanding. Buddhism teaches that by approaching death with acceptance, calm, and mindfulness, one can transform the journey from fear to liberation. Fear and resistance can create an environment of confusion and turmoil, while peace and acceptance lead to clarity and insight. Just as meditation and mindfulness practices create calm in life, these same qualities assist the soul during its transition in the bardo. Imagine being able to face the unknown with an open heart and a peaceful mind. What would that take? Inner peace does not mean suppressing fear, but learning to transcend it, developing a resilience that carries through even in death. This focus on inner peace invites us to practice calm acceptance in everyday life, preparing our spirit for the transition from one life to the next with courage and clarity. Cycle of rebirth and spiritual growth. The ultimate goal, while reincarnation is a fundamental aspect of Buddhism, it is not seen as an end in itself. Each reincarnation is an opportunity for growth, learning, and spiritual evolution. The ultimate goal, however, is to break free from samsara and achieve enlightenment, a state where the soul is no longer bound by the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In this pursuit, life becomes a sacred journey of self-discovery, compassion, and personal responsibility. What if every challenge, every joy, and every sorrow were seen as stepping stones on a path toward liberation? Buddhism encourages us to view each lifetime as an opportunity to grow closer to enlightenment, using each experience as a means to deepen our understanding and compassion. Are we willing to commit ourselves to this path of spiritual growth, treating every moment as a valuable lesson in our journey? Preparation for death. Embracing impermanence through spiritual practice to approach death with peace, Buddhists engage in practices that prepare the mind and spirit for the transition. Meditation on impermanence, reciting mantras, and cultivating compassion are all essential practices. These spiritual exercises help individuals to let go of attachments and accept the transitory nature of life, enabling a more peaceful passage. The Tibetan Buddhist practice of visualizing the transference of consciousness, known as phawa, is particularly significant. By visualizing a higher spiritual state or pure land, practitioners can direct their consciousness at death, avoiding further reincarnations and moving closer to enlightenment. This preparation begs an important question. How can we begin preparing ourselves now for that ultimate journey? What small daily practices can we incorporate to ensure our spirit is at peace when the time comes? Reincarnation as a cycle of learning and familiar connections. Reincarnation is not random but a purposeful journey where the soul returns to learn, grow, and evolve. Often, individuals return to familiar connections, rejoining souls they have encountered in past lives. This view of reincarnation fosters a sense of continuity and purpose, reminding us that our relationships, challenges, and joys carry meaning across lifetimes. Imagine the relationships in your life extending beyond this current existence. What might you learn from those you feel deeply connected to? Buddhism teaches that these relationships are part of our spiritual learning, encouraging us to embrace each bond with compassion, love, and gratitude. Could it be that every soul we encounter is there for a reason, part of a larger tapestry of growth and connection? Facing life's challenges with acceptance and courage in Buddhism, life's challenges are viewed not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth. Each struggle offers a lesson, a chance to cultivate patience, resilience, and compassion. By embracing life's obstacles with acceptance, we strengthen our spirit and prepare ourselves for whatever may come next. What if each hardship we face were seen as a gift for our soul's journey? How might that change our approach to adversity? Buddhism encourages us to face life's difficulties with a sense of purpose, recognizing that these challenges are part of a larger spiritual journey. Embracing this perspective can transform our experience of suffering, allowing us to grow in wisdom and strength. Life as a spiritual journey, returning home after each lifetime death, in Buddhism is described as a return home. Rather than an end, it is a transition back to the spirit's true essence. Each life is a temporary sojourn, a chance for the soul to learn, grow, and evolve before returning to a state of wholeness. The journey does not conclude at death, but continues, with each lifetime offering fresh opportunities for growth. Might we live differently if we saw life as a brief journey, a temporary chapter in a much larger story? Buddhism invites us to approach life with curiosity, humility, and gratitude, knowing that each experience is shaping us for our return home. By embracing this perspective, we cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment, grounded in the knowledge that our journey, though temporary, is deeply meaningful. Community and shared reflection. The power of spiritual connection. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of community and shared reflection as part of the spiritual journey. Engaging in meaningful discussions, sharing experiences, and fostering support among like-minded individuals is seen as a valuable part of personal growth. In connecting with others on this path, we gain new insights, deepen our understanding, and strengthen our commitment to spiritual evolution. Imagine the power of joining a community where spiritual growth, compassion, and reflection are at the core. How might such connections enhance our journey? In Buddhism, these relationships offer a wellspring of inspiration, reminding us that we are not alone in our quest for understanding and peace. By fostering community and sharing our reflections, we create an environment where each soul is encouraged, supported, and inspired on its path to enlightenment.